Hello! Today we are going to learn the 2-octave C major and A minor scales on the cello. Now, if you have practiced 2 different octaves of the C major scale, then you're already ready to do this. But we're also going to, I'm also going to show you the 3rd octave of the C major scale today, in case you're interested in taking the challenge up a notch. Now, one of the things you need to know when we play the 2 octave scales in class, we add an extra little note in at the top and at the bottom. It's kind of a turnaround. And what it does is it causes the notes of the scale to add up to 16 notes ascending and 16 descending, which allows us to explore a lot of different 4, 2, or 8 note rhythms and bowings. So it just makes the scale rhythmically work out a little bit more symmetrically, and that allows us to do a lot more variations on it. So when we play the 2 octave C major scale, we start on the open C string, and we play the bottom octave, then the top octave without repeating the C on the G string. So it's going to look like this. Turnaround. When we get up to the high C, we play the B, go back up to the C, go down. And then at the bottom of the scale we do C, D, C, so 1, 2, 1, to just add an extra note to make it work out to the right subdivision. Okay, why don't you try playing that with me? Same tempo, just nice even quarter notes. Go ahead and join me. Ready and ready and. Challenge to that scale without actually taking it up another octave, which is will take you up here. What you can do is when you get to the 2nd octave, you can shift up to 4th position. That's a nice easy shift. It's when your thumb lands right in the crook of the neck, and then that would be 1, 3, 4 in 4th position. So that would be one way to add a little bit of challenge. If you want to take the whole thing up an octave, because that would look like this. That's a 1, 2, 4 in 4th position, and then you shift to 1st finger on the A, which is your harmonic. So you can go ahead and, as you're getting used to that, use the harmonic to find it. Whole step here, and that's to the 2nd finger. And then the 3rd finger plays the top note. Now up here, this is the upper range of the cello, and when you get up to this range, your fingers are much closer together, and so your 2nd and your 3rd fingers, when playing a half step like this, should be touching. Now you can reach these notes keeping the thumb back here. It's not going to go all the way behind, but you can still have the thumb kind of on the neck. Any higher than this, however, you're going to bring the thumb up on the fingerboard. So you want to be prepared for that if you're going to go any higher than 1st finger on the harmonic. So now the nice thing here is your shift is right after the harmonic note. You can actually take your finger off of the harmonic note, and it'll ring a little bit before you put the next finger down. That buys you a little bit of time. So there's C major, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd octaves. Now, moving on to A minor. With A minor, we have to remember to play the F sharp and the G sharp ascending, and then F natural and G natural descending. And if you have practiced the A major scale, the only note that is always different is the C natural. We do not play C sharp in A minor, it's C natural always. But the F and the G are kind of interchangeable, but in a scale we play them high going up and then low going down. So we go ahead and start where you probably learned the A minor before. We're going to go. And then you're on the A string, and then we go. that fingering for the top octave. This is what we know of as a 1 octave scale on 1 string. When you start on the open string, you're fingering. So we go ahead and shift to 3rd position here. So you don't play the 4th finger D. And then 3rd finger, because it's a whole step. This next note is a whole step above the note that you just played. And then another whole step. And then that's your harmonic. Then you change your finger pattern. So it's whole step, and now we're a half step to, and we're shifting to 3rd finger. That is E, and then shift to 2nd finger. So because the upper octave of this one is a little bit more challenging than the lower octave, which you maybe have played before, I would say spend some time just practicing that upper octave to get used to the shifts and the fingering. In fact, you could even use the 1 octave scale practice method to practice the new octave, but then once you're ready for it, you can put them together and practice the 2 octave scale. So let's try playing it together. We're going to go nice and slow. So here we go, starting right down here. Play with me. Now you're ready to start practicing the 2 octave C major and A minor scale. And while you start out, I would suggest that you maybe do focus on C major one day and then A minor another day. And then as you get more used to playing the 2 octave scales, you might try doing a day where you kind of go back and forth between C major and A minor. Enjoy your scale practice, and always, if you can, practice with a tuner, especially when you're playing the slow scales. That'll just really help to refine your intonation, and that is a really important thing as you're practicing scales. Have fun, and we'll see you next time.